Hey guys, so this is a short update about the frost project that we did a few weeks ago. I brought plants out early that were sorted out last year to test frost resistance and what happens if you bring them out early, a little bit too early. And most made it. A few seedlings didn't. Generally speaking, bringing out seedlings is not a good thing. When there's still frost, they just do not have the tolerance built up yet that large plants have. But yeah, I want to show you how cold the night was because we just had frost again after weeks of sunlight of spring. I mean, the nighttime temperatures often drop below zero, below freezing and all. But we already had so much sun that it got dangerous that I had to wear protection against sunlight and all. It was such a extreme phase of sun, and now it's cold again. So let's have a look. These are seedlings that I brought outside from the greenhouses. They have a fair amount of natural frost resistance that is built up, that I built up in the greenhouses by having short night frosts and all in the greenhouses. I set the temperature to 1 degree, just barely above freezing. Yeah, and it makes them a little bit hardy. And now this is looking okay. We had maybe -1 tonight. -1, maybe 0 Celsius. So that's, I don't know what's in Fahrenheit, but just freezing. Here's more. This is the situation of the ground. Ground feels frozen. So check this out. This is solidly frozen. And yesterday evening it wasn't. Yesterday it was full of water, and this is thick ice. So we had a pretty cold night. I really gotta check for temperatures and all, how cold it actually was. I walked around and didn't see much damage or something like that, but it can certainly happen. Inside the greenhouses, I had it it was warm. When you have during the day, temperatures during the day get so hot in the greenhouse that it takes hours at night to cool down. And once the frost has reached the inside of the greenhouse, or barely, then it goes up again because the sunlight is back. Sun comes up, so in the greenhouse, no problemo. And the large plants will take this just fine. Like I said in the final video that I did on the frost experiment, and the final official one. But overall, I don't think this will affect them at all. Some of them take more work to get them back to health after the winter, but no problemo. Here's some seedlings that I moved out yesterday that I forgot to bring in, but luckily they were shielded a little bit by the greenhouses on both sides, so you can see there's no frost here. So you have different climate zones in your garden. And if you're worried about frost, bring the plants to somewhere where they are protected, either by vegetation or by the greenhouse, But still, frost is always a risk factor for the weakest plants. So everything you put out early that just looks like crap, where you look at it and think, oh my god, this looks ugly, shouldn't put it in the frost, because the frost will take these first. But yeah, apart from that, I'm waiting for everything to unfreeze, and then I'm starting with my work. I want to weed this area out here, and then we'll see. Weeding out, repotting and all, this needs the most work right now, because now that I started watering and fertilizing, the grass where is it? Where's oxalis? It must be there, but oxalis must come up too. Yeah, so once again, cold night, once again, frost, once again, probably not a problem. Some species, if you are growing cacti and you're growing Mexicans, of course you cannot do that. You know, I mean, you always gotta take a look at the lowest temperatures and what's going on climate in regards to the climate in the country where the plants come from. Always gotta take that into account. You cannot put mixed trays of plants out where some of them needed warmer, some of them not. For example, Pilosocerois, the blue ones with the hair, they come from a pretty warm area. Lots of them come from Brazil. Very warm winters for what I have here in comparison. So you wouldn't be able to move them out without risking serious losses. And the same is true for stuff like Cactus. So many different cacti that just do not take the frost as well as Trichocerois, for example. So yeah, I will not like repeat it this way, the experiment. The sun was such a big problem that I decided I will probably cover the area in the future in some way. I'm not sure how, but I will have to build a sun sail, sun block thing that I can put up and down. Because the frost, of course, it was a problem for the few seedlings who didn't make it. But apart from that, the sun makes it so much more dangerous. You have a combination of sunburn and then comes the frost on top. And that's what gives them the rest. So try to avoid that. Try to avoid the sunburn. Try to avoid that they get wet. Because right now they are relatively dry. I watered these yesterday, but the soil has already dried up because it's so mineral in most cases, or at least so fast draining. So that plays a lot into it. If you have these in a very organic soil, something like this with perlite and stuff. I hate this soil, but yeah, if you have something like this, you and it gets wet, this is going rock solid, and it's going rock solid on the roots, which is the biggest problem. So frozen ice around the roots, not a good thing. And with pumice, the water doesn't have time to stay this, like to compact this thing in a way where the water doesn't drip off within a few hours. Okay, thank you for tuning in. With the frost experiment, I actually consider it over because we're moving towards flower season now. But every now and then, when it's a particularly cold night where I feel like, okay, this could be relevant, I film a little bit of it. But overall, the frost experiment just had the result that covering them makes it so much easier, makes it so much safer, and a little bit of protection against the sun. And I wouldn't go below -3, especially not for smaller ones. -5, they can survive it, but a lot of them will not. And the thing is, you never know if the best plants take the frost well or not. I mean, when you get them to a large size, they will eventually take the frost. So you just have to give them the time they need. And early on, moving out with anything that you have in propagation where you only have one plant, you should not do that. I really do not recommend that. All right, thank you.